That was a perfect one because it just started recording. Good morning and welcome to Saturday Success Secrets. It's Leslie Lane Peabody, the ninja in high heels, along with Michael Farina, the PhD MLM, and Dawn, the Book Kahuna Schmidt. I don't know why your name is always different, but I love you as Dawn, the Book Kahuna Schmidt. I think that's awesome. Along with our cast of characters, thank you so much for being here today. And today, we are going to be talking about know thy customer. Know thy customer. Today, the big deal is you need to be relating to your customer. So I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to share my screen for a quick little minute, and I have some fabulous slides for you because you know I kind of operate like that. I'm kind of cool like that. So I'm going to share my slides with you. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to share my presentation with you. We are here in Digital Marketing Mastery. 97% is showing up. The last 3% is learning and taking action. And let me tell you, showing up on a Saturday means something. You guys are on the top 3%. And I'm so thrilled to have you here with us. And we are going to be doing this every weekend in the month of September. Last weekend we took a little break because it was a holiday weekend, and now we have 4 more Saturdays to go in the month of September. Maybe it's only 3. So Saturday Success Secrets. Today I'm going to be talking to you about your niche and how you can understand the different pieces of your niche. So one of the things I did the other day was I created a niche about golf. And if you know anything about me, you know that, well, maybe you know that I love putt-putt golf, but I have golfed exactly once in my life, a real game of golf, exactly once in my life. I took lessons for about 4 weeks with my spouse when I was married, and we went and we did 9 holes, and I won. Michael, you need to mute yourself out. And I won. And when you win, there is no going up from there. You have to stop to stay on top. So that was more than 20 years ago. That was before I had my children. So I have not played golf since then. I am not a golf addict. So I thought golf would be a great thing for me to try and understand. So if you decide what your subject area is, what niche are you going to try and get into? What are you going to try and understand? Try something. This will be easier for you when you're dealing with something you know, but if I can do it with golf, you can do it with something you know. So I want you to take a piece of paper, and I want you to create a circle in that piece of paper and write your subject on there. So your subject might be golf like mine. It might be mompreneurs. It might be health and fitness. It might be book publishing. It might be network marketing. It might be whatever. Whatever your subject is, whatever your niche is, go ahead and put that in the big circle, right? Everybody got that there? Makes sense, right? I want you to do this along with me because this is a doing exercise. This is not a listening exercise. All right, so now that you have your subject in the center, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to create all the things that we can think about related to it. So related to golf, I could think of these things. Golf magazines are related to golf. Golf videos are related to golf. Golf movies, golf clothing, golf equipment, golf courses, golf vacations, golf coaching. How many more circles could I draw? Probably a lot more. I just didn't have room on something that made sense to you. Try and get at least 15 circles around your bigger circle, 15 sub-circles. So if you were dealing with mompreneurs, maybe some of your subjects might be, maybe one might be health, maybe one might be social media marketing, another one might be something else like that, right? So create subjects related to your organization. And when Dawn comes in and talks about blogging, these circles around the outside, might be great blog topics, right? They're great Instagram accounts. They're great topics on social media all over. So this is how you get into understanding your customer. And then Dawn's going to talk a little bit about how to blog for these people. And then Michael's going to talk about how to really understand these people. But you can start here. This is at the 30,000 foot level. Let's figure out what some of the things these people like are. So once you have those circles, and try and get about 15 if you can, once you get those circles, then I want you to build more circles, your next level. And honestly, you can go down an untold number of circles, but let's do our next level. So I kind of like golf movies, so I started here because I didn't know a whole lot about golf. So I looked up golf movies, and what did I do? I Googled it. I said best golf movies in Google, and look at the 3 that it showed up immediately. Tin Cup, that's a Kevin Costner movie, and Rene Russo. It was really a cute little movie. I think, I can't remember who else was in there, but it was a great golf movie. Bagger Vance, another great golf movie. These are movies that I like, even though I'm not a big golfer. Bagger Vance, I think, was Will Smith, I think is his name. Caddyshack, we all know the little gopher, right, with the happy dance. So if you don't know anything about your subject, then Google it. You should be Googling it anyway. And do this level, do this green level. Now do that for golf videos, then do that for golf magazines, then do it for golf coaching. Do it for each of those tan circles you have around your subject matter. Does that make sense? Then these things, Tin Cup, if I was doing a blog, when Dawn talks to you about blogging, now I'm going to probably do a blog about the movie Tin Cup. Then I'm going to do a blog about the movie Bagger Vance. Then I'm going to do a blog about the movie Caddyshack. Or if I'm doing an Instagram account, I'm going to post a picture about those things on my golf movies account. It's really easy that once you build these circles, I call this my niche map. Once you build your niche map, you're going to know how to speak to your people. You'll totally understand how to speak to the people that you're going to be talking to. Right? Does that make sense? So give me thumbs, you guys. Totally makes sense. And some of you, this is the second time you've seen it. So hopefully that makes a lot more sense for you guys. So I'm going to leave you right there thinking about those circles in your head. And every time you create a new niche, I want you to do these circles. It really matters. It really makes a difference when you do this. Now I'm going to tell you to start with a circle, start with a subject, and stay there for at least 90 days. Don't branch off and do 12 different types of customers. Let's learn one customer first. So I took my son to band this morning, right? I dropped him off at band this morning, and they are getting ready for their first competition. Today is a dress rehearsal. And I started thinking about how much time these kids spend on one song, on one performance. These kids spend 20 hours a week, each week for the last 4 weeks at least, 20 hours a week playing one song, one routine, just one. That's how you build competitive advantage. That's how these kids win state competitions, because they do one thing and one thing only for 90 days. And that's what I'm going to encourage you to do as well. Pick one niche, do one niche only for at least 90 days. Heck, you could do it for the rest of your life like Brendan Burchard does. Tony Robbins does it. You could do it for the rest of your life, but pick one. And now let's go to Don, the book Kahuna Schmidt, and figure out what he has to tell us all about our customers. Hey, Don, thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Leslie and Michael. Before we start, I will have to share my screen. And let's see, where is it? There it is. Can you see my screen?
It looks beautiful.
Okay. So to start off, My name is Don Schmidt. I am the quiet Beatle in this threesome. I am the George Harrison. I play the guitar and I sing. Here's the thing. I've been blogging for about 5 years now. Okay. Now, well, first, wait a minute. I got to set my timer. I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. So, the Book Kahuna, okay, this is not like the Rolling Stones. This is not like they came up with something and said, we're the greatest rock and roll band in the world, okay? I am the Book Kahuna because you know what? If you have authority already in a niche, okay, go with it. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Now, you might be sitting there going, well, you know, we kind of know Don. He like shows up on the 8FM and he's like a little like 2x2 box and he sits there and he puts his dog on the screen every once in a while and stuff like that. But like, what is he all about? What's his deal? Does he really know anything about this? Well, yeah, I do. Okay. Here's a great quote from John C. Maxwell. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Going to the next one. Yes, I'm a triple threat. Triple threat. Number one, 30 years in the industry. Okay. Number two, I have a degree in English. Yes, I have a degree in English. My BA was in European history, but I got a minor in English Lit. Okay. Number three, Masters in Publishing Science, 2012. Okay. So content is my middle name. I'm a contentpreneur. Okay. Now,
I like that, contentpreneur.
What does that mean for you? What do I blog about to reach my audience? Okay. Well, let me go into this because I have this all set up. Here's one of the things I blog about to reach my audience. 5 reasons to use Instagram in your business and marketing strategy. Now, I also put one of my Corgi Daddy images in there that got like 400 likes, like immediately. Okay. They love my dog. I'll tell you, man, I got a sexy dog. When you got a sexy dog, you throw him out there, you let him make money for you. He's my money maker, man. Shaking my money maker, throw the chucket, go get the ball, buddy. So you just talk about how you're using Instagram to get you to the next level in your business and make it happen for you. Hey, I'm shameless. I'll use my dog to make money for me. No problem there. The next one, digital book world, okay? What do? You take articles. Ray Higdon went through a Ray Higdon course. Take articles, read it, put your spin on it, write it. It's your blog post. You're reaching the people. Now, my people are people that are authors and bloggers that I want to try and bring into the business. Bloggers especially, because bloggers are writing stuff and probably not getting paid for it. And I'll show you that in a couple of minutes as well, what that's all about. But what you're trying to do is take your authority, get it out there, make sure that you're a name that people are looking for every time that they want to get information. It's like, what does Don think? What is Don doing? What is the Book Kahuna thinking about this in the publishing industry? Just keep sending information out, hit them with it, and they're going to be looking for you because you're the guy who's got the information. Now, when we go back even further, I didn't start with the Kalatu, okay? I started with a free blog. And I want to show you this one because this is big and it's gotten a lot of hits and it's going to get a lot of hits this weekend. I did this book. I worked on this book in 1999, Divided We Stand. It's the architectural story of how the World Trade Center was built, okay? This blog post, I don't put it on Kalatu, and I won't. And there's another one I won't either, because I'm not trying to use this, the 9/11 for any type of gain. But it's there, and people are looking at it, and people are looking for it. And see, on this WordPress site, 29,043 hits. Well, that's up 1,500 hits since August. So everything else I'm doing in my social media is actually feeding into even my free WordPress site that's got like 250 blog posts on it. So they're going from there, they're looking at that, and then they're going back and they're finding me in other places, like, say, on my YouTube channel, on the Kalatu. It's going crazy in a lot of different ways. So, okay, going to the next one. Okay, going to events. Okay.
Hey, Don, you're not actually showing what you're talking about.
You're not seeing it on my screen?
No, I'm seeing your slide that talks about what do you blog about to reach your audience.
Oh, wait. Oh, man. That one?
Now I can see your finger is up, your Book Kahuna site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one on Nashville, right?
On Nashville?
Yeah, Mastermind in Nashville, learning, doing, teaching, and more.
Yes, sir. Now
Okay, now I'm back to my internet again. Okay. So you go to events. You learn at the event. This was all about our event in Nashville. I got pictures here. There's Barbara, okay, all about what we did. Talked about, there's Leslie giving her presentation on Instagram. Just say, there's Dave. I was right up front when he came in the room. You just blog on what happens at events, what you learn, where you're going with what you're learning, okay? And I'll keep moving this along because I know I don't have all that much time, but the thing keeps, okay. How I used foolish thoughts to create my dream. This was one for April 1st, okay? You always want to insert humor into your blogs because people relate to humor. Your niche will like it when you're like funny. I have another one that I did that was like, it kind of tied in with the Mayan calendar when everything was supposed to end in 2012. But actually what I did was I titled it Nostradamus Predicts Higher Book Sales in 2013, okay? And I had a whole quatrain that I made up too that was like an action, you know, I made up a whole rhyme quatrain about books and Amazon. You'll have to go back and find that one. It's actually—
I want to see that one. That looks awesome.
So yeah, I do stuff like that just to keep people engaged because, you know, they want to know you. They want to know what you're all about, what makes you tick. And if you have like these weird little things of humor that you throw in, it kind of throws them off and says, wow, you know, this guy is kind of like a normal guy. Maybe I want to read more about what he's talking about, okay? But then, of course, the thing is you have to be someone who puts your heart out there. You have to put your heart out there and be able to just show all the angst and everything in your life. And this post is actually my Mona Lisa. This is probably the best thing I've ever written. And I say that without hesitation. And again, I don't put this on Kalatu. Her birthday's coming up. So I just wrote this, and it's kind of like Van Gogh. I look at writing as it's an art form. And blogging is you putting something out there that other people can see, but you have to love what you do. If you don't like what you write, you're defeated before you even do anything. You gotta love it. If I put something out, but you're gonna love things more than you love other things, okay? So there are other things that I love a lot less than this one, but I love them because they're my children. I created them, I wrote them, they're out there. And you're building now a bridge to people who can see your heart and see what you're all about. So, like I said, this is my Mona Lisa. If you want to go check it out, it's the one blog post that's gotten the most hits and views. But what I did on my WordPress free site, I actually left a road sign at the end and said, here, I'm not doing blogs on here anymore. Go here. And I did my little stick figure guy and said, hey, I'm over on Kalatu now. Go and check out over there. So that's kind of like what you have to do as far as your blogs go to reach your audience. I don't know if your audience is going to be people who crochet, people who knit, people who, you know, want to do books like me, but always lead with your heart and be able to put out there something of you, because that's what people are looking for. They want to connect with you. So now I had some questions that I kind of made up for me that you know, I would just throw out. Do you build rapport solely by blogging on a topic? Yes, you do. If you continue to blog on one topic, people are going to start coming in and watching and seeing what you're doing. Content will get traction over time. But like Dave Wood always said, you got to stick on it at 90 days and keep building on your foundation. What do you see as the most effective way to build rapport? Lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. Be somebody that people can actually relate to. Give them information on certain blog posts, but also give them stories. As Chris Rushalou told us, storytelling is story selling, okay? So you got to be able to get out there and tell people, I had this happen to me, I had this happen to me, but I overcame it, and this is where I'm at now, and I'm moving forward. Is heart a part of the process, and how much of myself should I talk about? That's up to you. That's up to you to decide how much you want to put into your blog post. And also what I would do is use your blog post with other video, like video, other media, video, put everything in it and do it so it all feeds towards your traction in a social media sense. Will other social media platforms have crossover effects on building my audience? Yes, I'm noticing that now. The Twitter account is up to 29,000, and it's definitely having crossover effect where people are finding me on other platforms because of the fact that it's getting so large. So that will help as much. So using what Leslie has taught us in Instagram to build our accounts in Instagram and in Twitter feeds other things like your blog. And your blog is your home-based real estate. That's where you want to be. Who should be blogging and producing content? Everybody. Everybody. Whatever you want to do, you love cars, you love, you know, like me, you love the Yankees, you love your dog, you love, you know, history like me, blog about it. You're going to find people in your niche that are going to love it, so just do it. How long should my blog post be? Neil Patel says 2,000 words, and I'm always like, well, yeah, okay, if you're going to write an epic blog post, yeah. I'm kind of like, and I'm not Neil Patel, so you don't have to listen to me, but I do like probably between 1,000 and 1,500 words per blog post. And even less if I do a video first and then do the blog post next and insert the video into the blog. Because how many, you know, I mean, you don't really want to do overkill with the two, but it's, you know, that's just me. But Neil Patel's the man, so use 2,000 as the gold standard and then work it out for how much you want to do for all of your blog posts. 5 best ways to niche your content. Know yourself. Focus your passions on your target avatar, which is basically you in another person. Love every piece of content you create. If you don't love it, no one else is going to love it. You got to love it. Never put something out into the field you do not love yourself. Okay? Create follow-up content if you see yourself getting traction. Come up with a series. Hey, I did this one. People are looking at it. Wow, I can do like phase 2. I've got something else going on I can do on that one. And then, in spite of what you've heard, writing is an art form. How to become a better writer. Write, and then write some more. Some people hate serial commas. I find them quite sexy.
I love this. This was awesome.
So I think, is that my 20 minutes? Or am I got 5 minutes left. Okay, I can talk about my dog.
This is honestly
the best questions if you want.
This is the best thing you have ever done. This is awesome. I am so enthralled with what you've done. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you so much. So does anybody have any questions for Don? That was the book kahuna on steroids. That was amazing. All right, no questions. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat.
Okay.
Yes. One other thing I have. I gave this out before, but one thing you can do, and one thing I did do, you can take your blog post and make an ebook PDF out of it, okay? What I did was I did blog posts on every single chapter of Think and Grow Rich, all 14 chapters, and I turned it into a PDF ebook. It's like 12,000 words, so we'll make sure that everybody gets it and they can check it out if they want to. We'll put it in the files.
Okay, and I think Ann had a question for you. And Dawn, you're still sharing your screen, so stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ann.
Bingo. Sorry.
Was that you with the question, Ann?
Ann's on mute.
Oh, do I use Kalatu Premium? Yes, I switched over. I'm on Kalatu Premium for blogging. Yep.
Okay, so do you use both then, Don? Because I switched out of Claw2 and went to Claw2 Premium, but then I had to get Claw2 just basics as well.
Explain to her the difference
So do you have both?
Klaatu Premium and Klaatu for blogging. That's basically what she's asking.
Actually, that's a good question. I always had Kalatu Premium, so I'm not really sure what the differences are. I went straight into Kalatu Premium when it came out.
I can tell you then. Kalatu is the blogging platform. So you're going to get the same stuff whether you have Kalatu or Kalatu Premium for blogging. But with Premium, you're going to get more themes. You're going to get some additional, are those called plugins, Don? I think they're called plugins, right? Additional plugins, those kind of things. That's what you're going to get with the Premium. And one of the most important things that you get with the Premium is the capture page that you can build on your own.
Instagram, InstaBuilder.
InstaBuilder. Does that answer your questions, Ann?
Yes, it does. I'm still trying to figure out what all I need. But I'll just stick with what I got right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I would for this week. And then David is going to come out with some great ideas come Monday. So we should all, actually it might be Thursday the 15th. He's going to come out with some great new packages that will help us move forward. So that should be awesome. I just want to say thank you, Don. That was awesome. And you are going to have to go back and record that because when you were talking about the World Trade Center and when you were talking about Corgi Daddy, we didn't see your screen. So you're going to have to redo that part, but that was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Now, did you want to introduce Michael now?
Yes.
There you go.
You know, it's like I said, you know, I did a testimonial for Michael just recently, and seriously, when you get the opportunity to sit in a room with someone or be on a Zoom with someone, you don't really see the magnitude until you actually start to figure out the information that you're getting in your hands. And I mean, everything that Michael's giving us is value. I mean, everything he says, everything he does, I mean, it's all leading with the heart, like I was talking about. It's leading with the heart and taking you to the next level. So, I mean, you know, without any further ado, I'd just like to, you know, introduce, you know, Michael Farino, mentor, teammate, trailblazer, the guy who's like made it happen in this industry and is going to show us, hopefully, how to get us to make it happen as well in the near future. So I'll hand it over to Michael.
Well, thank you so much. And Don, that was awesome. I got so much great content out of that. And Leslie, that niche market, the niche map, you need to create a training just on niche map. That was flawless. Matter of fact, Leslie, if you can go back to your screen and show the niche, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about how to identify the personalities in that niche. So it will help you. So. Perfect. Okay. So can you guys hear me okay? Everybody can hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take this mentality here. She started off with golf and then moved her target out to gather, you know, more people to get more interest. So understand how many different types of golfers are out there in the world. How many different golfers can you guys think of? Not people, but different types of golfer. There's a professional golfer. There's an amateur golfer. There's people that are just weekend warrior golfers. And then there's the people that just want to go out and drive. They go to driving ranges. There's people that just want to stick with, the putting. And then there's the putt-putt people like me. I'm a putt-putt kind of guy, right? And, and I hate to lose. So when I putt-putt, I play for like blood. So that's just the kind of person I am. But what I want to get into is, let's talk about a golfer. Put a golfer in all of your heads right now. Just put what you would think a typical, a lot of us have driven by the golf courses during the week or on the weekend, and you see people out there, and grab one of those people and put them in your head. And I want you to ask yourself, what did he or she do for a living? You guys can open this up. This is going to be an open conversation. Okay, so go ahead and we're going to unmute everybody. Just try to keep your background noise to a minimum. But can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so give me an idea of a golf course that you've driven by and you've seen somebody out there golfing during the day or on a weekend. What do you think that they do for a living? Anyone?
Well, I can tell you that my parents live in a golf community.
Okay, that's fine.
A lot of them are retired, but not all of them are retired. Some of them are out there. My mom's like, she does the 9-hole ladies. She does the 18-hole ladies. They belong to the swingers golf, which is a little freaky when I know. That's what my mom changed the name. Don't tell your daughter something like that. But I know that there's people that live out there because their children, like Jovita, want to be professional golfers. And they work because their children are out there and they get private lessons. And I mean, it's a huge golf community.
It is. So give me an idea of what you think the average golfer that's out there doing. What do you think they do for a living? Give me an idea.
Insurance salesman.
Insurance salesman. What else? Leslie, you're on mute.
Real estate agents.
Real estate agents. Go ahead. Somebody else.
I think that some of them run their own companies and work very hard and then golf on the weekend. Okay.
So everybody just got to tell me they were either some type of an entrepreneur or a business person. And the funny thing was, it was sales.
Right.
Right? It was sales.
Right.
Okay. Now, does anybody have an idea of what just ballpark idea, what a cost of a set of clubs would cost?
A lot. You can buy one club for a couple $100. One. But what makes that club different from different club? Like I can go to a sporting goods store and get a club for. Well, it could be a hybrid club.
See? Okay, so wait, hang on, stop there. Now we're getting into this, okay? So think about the personalities of the salesperson. Do you think that their clubs are the high end, or do you think that they're just mediocre?
High end.
Do you think they have custom grips?
Absolutely.
Do they have a custom bag?
Probably.
Do they have custom shoes?
Oh, the outfit's got to match. Oh, yes.
Okay, we're getting there. Sorry, so we're getting there then. So when you see a movie like a Happy Gilmore who dresses like a slum, right, like a bum, right? I know you've all seen the movie probably. There's a little bit different from the Tiger Woods mentality, correct? Right? From the everyday golfer. And what I want you guys to realize, and everybody that's on here, a lot of people are doctors and lawyers and salespeople and entrepreneurs that are out there during the week, right? Doctors supposed to golf on Wednesday. That's how we all grew up. So the mentality is that when you're taking an industry like golf and you're creating an Instagram account, you're creating blogs, and you're creating this lifestyle, you really need to think about the people that are in that niche and what do they do? What do they wear? Where do they spend their money? What intrigues them? What makes a golfer want to be a better golfer? Does anybody know?
A golfer wants to
Eagle.
They want an eagle. They're all looking for the eagle, right? They're all looking for for less strokes in their game, right? Isn't that the goal? They're always trying. So what are they trying to accomplish? They're trying to be more competitive, have a better score. They want to lower their strokes. They want to have better equipment. So what are the things that they're willing to spend their money on? What are the things that they are willing to do to get themselves in there? But one of the most important thing is, I think everybody forgets all this. I think the most important thing is time. I want more time to go focus on my game. If I'm stuck into a 9 to 5 and I am successful and I work real hard, because Barbara said it in the very beginning, if you're working very hard and you own your own business so you can play on the weekends, then why not learn how to work smart and play during the week? Because isn't your end goal trying to find more time to do the things that you want to do, not the things that you have to do in life? So when it comes to a golfer, how are you going to attract the golfer to your business?
Time.
You're going to have to talk about time and money. That's it. And how do you approach and pique their interest? How do you tell an insurance person, oh, you need to stop being an insurance person and come over and blog like Don does? They're going to think you're nuts. They're going to think you're absolutely nuts. But if I could show how Don, who's an avid golfer, who had a career in the book publishing world, and now he's no longer in the book publishing world, and he's able to golf around the world now, that could possibly pique the interest of an insurance person. Now you're getting them, you're not coming at them with a business opportunity, you're coming at them with a lifestyle. So when Leslie showed the golf magazine, you know what a golf magazine mostly talks about? The equipment and the lifestyle. What does clothing tell you? Lifestyle. Because couldn't you tell the difference of a golfer who wears Nike versus somebody who wears, let me think here, Vans tennis shoes? I mean, I'm serious. So think about a golfer walking out onto the course and he has a soccer ball, not a golf bag. What would people think of him? Or a frisbee. They're like, dude, this isn't frisbee golf. This is golf. This isn't tennis. This isn't pool. This isn't soccer. This is golf. And if you don't respect the game, then you're not allowed to come on. You got to have the right equipment. You got to have the right mindset. You got to have the right skill set. Because if you tear up our golf course, we're going to tear you up. And if you ever watched the movie when it came to Caddyshack, it was how there was the rich and the poor, and how the poor took advantage of the golf course and the pool, and then how the rich do. And then there was the mega rich, which was Rodney Dangerfield, who really enjoyed the game, but he disrespected it with technology and all kinds of craziness. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you're going to create a niche and you're going to be a master at it, you really need to know what the motivations are to attract them to you, because they're not going to be attracted to the business opportunity. They're going to be attracted to the lifestyle that you're creating. It's not about the money. It's maybe about the time. Maybe it's about the industry of finding the time and the lifestyle to be able to accomplish it. Does that make sense?
Totally.
So let's just take it to a different level then. If your niche is in yoga, you can talk about yoga until you're blue in the face. But if you can't show me how to spend more time to master yoga, because the only thing I'm good at right now when it comes to yoga is the upward stretch, or I call it the upward yawn. Right? That's all I can yoga. That's about as far as yoga as I get, is the morning yawn. So, but if I wanted to match, or if I wanted to talk about baseball, I would want to be able to, if you're talking to me about making money in baseball, I'm not a professional athlete. I can't make money in baseball. But how would I like to make enough money to be able to go travel and see all the different bases in the United States? See, that's a big thing for some people. Some people want to go to every baseball stadium in the United States. But if you're going to talk to me, if I'm on the golf course and I'm a golfer and I happen to come to an Instagram account and you're talking about business opportunity, I'm not going to be interested in your business opportunity because I already have an opportunity. But if you show me the lifestyle that you're living in the golf world that I don't have, I'm going to be very open-minded to listening to what you have to offer. So does that make sense? So when she talked about golf and you have these other ones that are kind of branching out over the piece, you may be able to capture them. What she's getting at is you may not be able to have a relationship with them in the golf world, but you could grab somebody maybe from a movie, right, who then says, oh, I like that movie. That movie's funny. I love Tin Cup. It's hilarious. You know, Cheech Marin plays a phenomenal part in it, you know, from Cheech and Chong, Cheech. And from there, I go, wait a minute, they also have this account that does this, and then they have this, and they have this. And then all of a sudden it comes in and goes, wow, they have a hell of a lifestyle. How can they play golf on that golf course or take a trip to that state and go play golf at that golf course when it's on a Wednesday and I'm a professional, I think Linda said insurance agent. I'm an insurance agent working from 8 to faint, so I could play on Saturdays and Sundays. I want to play on Wednesdays. I want to play on Tuesdays. But all of a sudden now I'm starting to watch Don, who's playing. He's going to Augusta. He's going up to Spyglass. He's shooting over to Scotland. He's going up to New York. He's playing all over the place. How in the hell is he doing this? And he was an insurance agent. That's what you need to focus on. That's the life that you guys need to start to share and to develop that lifestyle into that niche. Because you're not going to come out and say, oh, if you want to learn how to play golf full time, you need to come do my business. They're not going to take that. They're not going to listen to you. But if you say, oh, I'm traveling here. Oh, I did this. Oh, I got me into some new clubs. Oh, hey, check out this. I'm really interested in going to this golf course, going to this championship match. Oh, look at the new outfits that just came out from Nike. Oh, look at the brand new Nike shoe that just came out. Oh, look at the brand new bag that so-and-so came out with. And become an expert around it, and they're going to go, oh my God, this person really has a life around golf, and I want that life. What are they doing? And then all of a sudden you say, well, you know, I spend 2 or 3 hours. I mean, Leslie, how many hours do you literally spend on your Instagram accounts?
Now?
Yeah.
Now that I've got them up and running, I spend like 5 or 10 minutes a day, not much at all. Maybe.
How many of you would love to have a lifestyle where you can go golf all day and then spend maybe an hour or 2 hours a week building your business? That's what you need to share. Are we getting to that? So if you're going after, if you're posting up stuff like expensive high-end equipment, you're going to get aggressive people. If you're putting, you know, here's a discounted place to go buy golf or go play, you're going to be talking to people that are not at the elite of the world. You're talking about the ones that are looking for specials. You can't talk to the same group. You have to separate them. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to put up golf courses and they're going to be, hey, here's a great place to play at a discount, you're not going to get a high-end attorney law firm guy from New York City to look at it. Right. He wants to know how to go play Augusta. He wants to go to Spyglass in Northern California, where it's, you know, a round of golf costs $2,000. And then how do you attack him? You show the lifestyle of the cars and the wealth and the food that comes with the golf courses and all the high-end equipment. That's going to be your target audience for someone who's very wealthy. Now, here's the funny part. Do you think that we already talked about how there are salespeople and high-end people that play golf. Do you think teachers play golf?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Is there any field that you think, it doesn't matter, they play, right? I mean, nurses play, doctors play, pharmaceutical reps play, insurance people play, kids play, construction player. I know construction guys that play golf. You have to think about their personalities and where they're spending their money in their game. Think about that. Mm-hmm. Would a teacher really care about $1,000 driver?
No, they couldn't afford $1,000.
So why would you ever try to create an Instagram account which your target audience is maybe single moms or teachers who are in golf, and all you're doing is posting up $1,000, high-end golf courses, high-end equipment. You want to show discounted. You want to show, hey, I just found a sweet deal at Dick's Sporting Goods. They're having a 30% off sale. Or on Amazon's got balls on sale for 90% off, or 10 cents on the dime. 10 cents on the dollar. So the mindset is that you should really understand your client, where their income is, what they do for a living, and then you have to tailor that account to that person, because that's who you're looking for.
Right.
So I hope that made sense. I hope that really made sense.
Totally makes sense. That's very helpful.
Yeah, and then what I want to do is, I know that we're getting close on time, but I want to do a quick, if you guys are okay with language, I want to put you in a mindset of what we've been talking about is golf. And I do believe that the man upstairs has a phenomenal attitude when it comes to our lives and when we really want to build and develop something special. And I think he puts a lot of different challenges in front of us, such as losing some Instagram accounts, right? And then he throws something else at you, and he throws this at you, he throws this at, and it's their way of, it's his way of wanting to make sure this is what you really want out of your life.
Right. And
how really important is this to you? It's crazy. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to do a quick screen share. That's okay. And we're going to close out the meeting or the training, which Don and Leslie, you guys did a phenomenal job. But I want to play this for you. And this is Robin Williams, and he talks about golf, but I want you to really tie it to your lives.
And how they can invent a sport like golf. Here's my idea for a fucking sport. I knock a ball in a gopher hole. Oh, you mean like pool? Fuck off, pool! Not with a straight stick, with a little fucked up stick. I whack a ball that goes in a gopher hole. Oh, you mean like croquet? Fuck croquet! I'll put the whole hundreds of yards away! Oh, fuck yeah! It's big fun! Oh, yeah, that's a weird thing. Oh, like a bowling thing. Fuck no! I'm not saying I put shit in the way. But push out some high glass so you can lose your fucking ball and go whacking away with a fucking tire iron. Whacking away, and each time you miss, you feel like you're gonna have a stroke. Fuck, that's what we'll call it. A stroke, because every time you miss, you feel like you're gonna fucking die. Oh, hey. Oh, here's a bit of fun. Oh, fuck, this is brilliant. Right near the end, I'll put a flat piece with a little flag to give you fucking hope. Oh, then I'll put a pool and a sandbox to fuck with your ball again. You'll be there smashing your ass, chipping away in the sand. Only do this one time. Fuck no! 18 fucking times!
So if that kind of gives you an idea
that was amazing.
Of what I believe, this is where we're at. This is where we've been out for the last 6 months, 5 months. This is exactly where we've been. And some of us have been there even longer. And here we are, and we're whacking away at life, trying to get ahead, and crap just gets thrown out at us. Sand traps and high grass and trees. And then every once in a while, there's that little glimmer of freaking hope that just sits there at the end of the game, and then you realize you got to do it 18 times. And if you listen to what Leslie was saying earlier about how her son is on band and how they practice for almost 18 or 20 times to learn a song and to learn the steps and the process. Tell me that's not where we're at right now. And each and every one of you, you may be on the front nine in this, or you may be on the back nine. But what really makes this unique is that even a shitty golfer gets through it. Even a shitty golfer gets to the 18th hole. Doesn't matter how bad they are, they always will find a way to get to the 18th hole. And the game will end. Even putt-putt. They may have a terrible score, but they got through it. Now, the funny part is that we are watching people they're hitting eagles all day long. The Davids and the Lawrences, they're all hitting these freaking eagles and hole-in-ones, and we're like going, son of a bitch, how are they doing it? It's because they were on the front nine 5 years ago, whacking away, going, what the hell, in the sand trap, in the water hazard, in the high trees, in the high grass, just sitting there freaking whacking away at their ball, and then all of a sudden, they got to the back nine, right? And it started to click. They realized that they had to have the right amount of equipment. They had to have the right amount of coaching. They had to have it was the right amount of weather. It was the right amount. The grass was meticulously maintained. They were on the right course. And all of a sudden, it started working for them. And then now you watch them and you go, it is so freaking easy for them. Why is it so hard for us? And that's what this is really all about. So when you talk about where you're at right now on the golf course, it's okay to be in the woods. It's okay to be in the sand trap. You just have to keep whacking away at it. Just keep whacking away at it. And if you watch a game this weekend, I know there's a golf thing on this weekend. Just watch it. They'll play 84 rounds. They'll play 84 holes. They'll start on Wednesday. They'll end on Sunday. And you know what the winner will earn compared to the second place guy or girl? It's usually a couple $100,000 difference. Some cases, it's even $500,000 difference. But what's so unique is they only win by one stroke. 84 holes comes down to one single stroke. And that's the difference between having $1 million purse and a $750,000 purse, or a $500,000 purse, or being number 25 and you only made $1,000. That's where we're trying to get at. So I hope this made a lot of sense. It's 12 o'clock. I want to thank each and every one of you for putting up with that. I'm sorry for the language, but I really thought that if you could understand why God created golf, I think we'll understand where we're at in our business. So thank you guys so much, and just appreciate you. And I'm going to leave you with one last thing. If you have time, I would highly recommend this. There's a golf movie that I would highly recommend, and it's on Amazon, and it's called Tin Cup. And you guys should watch it. Tin Cup and there's a message in there. And I'll tell you what, if you guys get the message, share it on Monday, we'll do something special for you. But you got to figure out what the message is. And I think it'll tie it into what we did today. And then you'll understand why we did what we did. So thanks a lot for stopping by. Leslie and Don, I'll let you guys wrap it up, but we're good.
All right. Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Michael.
Good meeting. Thank you.
It was awesome. I learned so much today. I'm going to go watch that movie, and I'm going to go and blog some more today, Donald.
All right, everybody be good.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good week.